Welcome to the Stroke Academy. We are continuing with the series of lectures on mechanical thrombectomy. Today, let's have a look at a case. 65-year-old lady, right-sided hemiparesis, motor aphasia, 2 hours duration. So this is the patient having, you see the right-sided facial palsy. Patient is not able to speak but has able to comprehend. So it's a dense hemiplegia, NIH score is very high. So immediately you can hear the fellow saying that probably it's a monocclusion. So when the deficits are high, the NIH score is high. So these are probably clinical clues to identify that the patient has got an monocclusion. Patient has got a dense hemiplegia, patient is aphasic, the NIH score is high. The other two clues are, one, the patient is a bit drowsy. The second clue is there is a gaze paresis. So if there is a gaze paresis, the patient is drowsy, high NIH score, either it's a bleed or it's a large vessel occlusion. So the patient was taken to the CT scan room, shows early infarct changes. M1 is occluded on the left side, so you see the M1 occlusion. In our center, we usually lyse the patient before taking for mechanical thrombectomy if the patient is within the window period. The reasons are twofold. One, there is always a small chance that the vessel might recanalize with IV lytics alone. Probably it is less than 5%. So if the patient is within 3-hour window period, if it's delayed, we don't, but within 3 hours, we usually give IV thrombolysis. We usually give tenecteplase in this situation because it can give it given as a bolus, and then the patient can be immediately taken to the cath lab. The second reason why we give IV thrombolysis is, suppose if the technique is unsuccessful, you are not able to, if starting from puncture, there is a complication, you are not able to enter the carotid artery, you are not able to recanalize the vessel even after multiple passes, then we are denying the patient of the benefit of IV thrombolysis. And by the time this is over, the time window will also be over. So as a practice, as of now, we give IV thrombolysis before taking the patient for mechanical thrombectomy if the patient is reached the hospital within the window period. So this is how mechanical thrombectomy is done. So puncture the femoral artery under rod map guidance, under fluoroscopy. So very carefully puncture. It's a very simple procedure, and this is exactly the time it takes to puncture the femoral artery. Hold the puncture needle, insert the wire. Once the wire is inserted, rest happens under fluoroscopy. Under fluoroscopy, this is the femoral head. You can see the femoral artery, the wire going into the femoral artery. A sheath is inserted, and once the sheath is inserted, usually we put an 8F sheath, suppose if the patient is planned for mechanical thrombectomy. And through the femoral sheath, a guiding catheter is advanced. It goes through the descending aorta. It's taken up all the way into the arch. Once it reaches the arch, it is turned up, engaged into the brachiocephalic trunk or the left common carotid artery according to the which artery is occluded. Take a rod map and the catheter is taken up. So once it is taken up, you place the guiding catheter here, and through which a microcatheter is taken. The clot is crossed, the wire is taken out, and through the microcatheter you can see the stent retriever being, this is the tip of the stent retriever. So it is advanced, and here the stent retriever tip has come out. See that it has come out. So this is the proximal end of the stent retriever, and slowly it is deployed by unsheathing the stent retriever. So this is the once it is left there for 5 minutes for the clot to engage. Yes, this is the suction pump which is attached to the guiding catheter, and very slowly, very carefully, and there is no backflow in the catheter. That means there is a clot at the tip. You immediately know that there is no backflow. That means most likely there is a clot which is attached to the tip of the stent retriever. So once it reaches here, you detach the Y connector and take it out completely. So this is the stent retriever with the clot at the tip. You can see the clot which is sitting at the tip, the stent retriever. You can see very carefully, and this is that small clot which has made the patient. Just imagine this small clot which is only few millimeters or centimeters in length, that has occluded the the middle cerebral artery and made the patient hemiplegic and aphasic. So after this stent retriever thrombectomy, so you see that the M1 is totally recanalized. All the distal vessels are normal. And this is 24 hours later, the patient saying her name, comprehending very well, speech has improved significantly. And this is 5 days later when the patient is for discharge, beautifully clad in a sari, walking normally, talking normally. So this is more like a miracle. Suddenly the patient, after mechanical thrombectomy, within the time window period, like 6 hours or sometimes up to 24 hours, the patient makes a miraculous improvement. If you have any clarifications you require, you want to know more about this, please do let me know. WhatsApp me in my number. We'll continue with further talks on mechanical thrombectomy in the days to come. So every day there will be a new short video which will be uploaded to the site, the Stroke Academy. Please do subscribe to the channel as well as click the bell icon so that you will be notified. We'll try to upload one video every day, short videos. Thank you.